and welcome to Metagame Mastery, where it's not just about what the card does, but how it impacts the game. Core 2019 is coming out next month, and they dumped a ton of preview cards on us today. I'm going to go through all of them, including the newest Planeswalker and the next Buy a Box promo. If you enjoy our content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all our latest videos. And if you're looking to support the channel, we have an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Without further ado, big time, go time, let's go. First up, we have the newest Planeswalker from Core 2019, Vivian Reed. She's 5 CMC, 3 colorless, green for a legendary Planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 5. Her +1 ability is look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Her -3 ability is destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. And her -8 ability is you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2, and have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. So she's a really neat utility Planeswalker, giving much needed card advantage to green. It's very selective, sticking to creatures and land, but that's really what you're going for in green most of the time. She also has the ability to act as both a naturalize and a plummet in a pinch, and that ultimate is one of the best emblems I've seen on a green Planeswalker. Very cool. Vivian's Incantation is 7 CMC, 5 colorless, green for a sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When this creature is put onto the battlefield this way, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls, acting as both spot removal, card advantage, and a way to cheat something into play. Nexus of Fate is our next Buy a Box promo. So the only way you'll be able to get this card is to buy a box from your local game store while supplies last. It's 7 CMC, 5 colorless, blue for an instant. Take an extra turn after this one. If it would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. So what makes this card unique is there are a lot of take an extra turn cards out there, but this one is an instant, allowing you to interrupt the turn order in, say, a game of Commander. So that's actually really interesting. I don't know if it's going to be worth the price tag associated with this, but it's kind of a neat trick. Here we have the full art promo of Guttersnipe to be distributed at the Magic the Gathering Open House. It's 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a red for a 2/2 Goblin Shaman. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Classic card, getting the full art promo treatment. Very sweet. And on draft weekend, you can get a promo card of Desecrated Tomb. It's 3 colorless mana for an artifact. Whenever one or more creatures leaves your graveyard, create a 1/1 black creature token with flying. Sort of a sweet possible combo card, allowing you to get incidental value off of reanimating creatures, but you can also populate your graveyard, exile your graveyard, all in one fell swoop with, say, a Tormod's Crypt type effect, and generate a whole lot of board presence in the process. Very sweet card. Possibly the most exciting new promo that we'll be seeing today is Reliquary Tower being reprinted with new art. It is, of course, a EDH staple, a land that enters the battlefield untapped, taps for a colorless mana, and you have no maximum hand size as long as it's on the battlefield. Not only will you get this as participation for the Magic League, but at the same time, all copies will be foil. Beautiful, beautiful new art. Fantastic. And lastly, we have our store championship card. For the Dominaria store championship will be Demon of Catastrophes. He's 4 CMC, 2 colorless, black for a 6/6 creature demon. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice creature. He has flying and trample. really super powerful card in limited. I don't know that it'll see any constructed play, but being able to cheat this guy out early and getting a 6/6 flyer with no additional downside once you sack that creature is super powerful. Looking forward to playing this guy in Core 2019 draft. And here is a look at the playmat for the Store Championship featuring new Nicol Bolas art. Doesn't that just look wicked? We also got to take a look at some of the upcoming FNM promos. For example, Elish Rejuvenator is 3 CMC, 2 colorless and a green for a 1/1 Elf Druid. When it enters the battlefield, you may look at the top 5 cards of your library and put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Getting some additional ramp never really hurts. Militia Bugler is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a white for a 2/3 human soldier with vigilance. When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with power 2 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I really like this guy, especially in limited. He's a 2/3 for 3 with upside of vigilance. He's going to be able to take out your opponent's 2-drops pretty consistently and hold his own against many 3-drops, allowing you to attack and still hold him back for defense with vigilance. And on top of that, he has the ability to replace himself. Very, very solid choice to fill out your curve in limited. And here we have another FNM promo reprint of Murder. 3 CMC, 1 colorless black for an instant, destroy target creature. Classic card. I also love the aesthetic on this. It looks amazing. I'm glad they took out that garish bar that separates rules text from flavor text. It just looks beautiful. The standard showdown packs will feature new basic lands with exclusive art, and take a look at these. They are incredible. Here is the Plains, an island that just looks amazing with the reflection of the island on the water, a swamp, a mountain that looks like a whole mountain range, but it's just breathtaking, and lastly the forest. We also saw a bunch of cards that will be in the new welcome decks, including Dwarven Priest, 4 CMC, 3 colorless and a white for a 2/4 Dwarf Cleric. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. Herald of Faith is 5 CMC, 3 colorless, white for a 4/3 Angel with Flying. Whenever it attacks, you gain 2 life. I really like this in limited because not only is it a 4/3 flyer, but on top of that, you're also gaining life each and every turn. Very powerful. Inspire Charge is 4 CMC, 2 colorless, white for an instant. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. We've seen this card before. It's fine in go wide decks. Knight's Pledge is 2 CMC, 1 colorless and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Luxodon Linebreaker is 3 CMC, 2 colorless and a white for a 3/2 Elephant Soldier. Vanilla 3/2s are fine. I prefer 2/3s just for the fact that they're less likely to trade down, but this is fine for an aggressive curve filler in limited. Luminous Bonds is being reprinted. It's 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature cannot attack or block. So it's a pacifism effect. And pacifism effects are very powerful removal in limited. So even though this costs a little bit more, it's strictly worse than pacifism itself. You're still going to pick this up and be very happy with it. Mighty Leap is being reprinted yet again, just reprinted in Masters 25. It's 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Coast Swiftclaw is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a white for a 3/1 Cat Warrior. I personally don't like 3/1s in limited. They just have the ability to trade down so easily. They're so easily removed. This won't see any play, especially not in standard with Goblin Chain Whirler, making 1 toughness basically useless. Yargle's best friend is back, being reprinted already from Dominaria. Pegasus Corsair, 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a white for a 1/3 Pegasus with flying. Whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until end of turn. We already know from Dominaria Limited, this card's very good. So if you're playing Sealed or Draft, pick this up, put it in your 3 spot, and you'll be very happy. Revitalize is being reprinted again. It's 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a white. For an instant, you gain 3 life. Draw a card. Don't let the draw card distract you from the fact that life gain spells alone do not win you the game. This is a bad card in Limited, and a worse card in Constructed. Rustwing Falcon is 1 white mana for a 1/2 bird with flying, and strictly better than Suntail Hawk. Starcrown Stag is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a white for a 3/3 elk. Whenever it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. We've seen this effect on cards before, like Territorial Hammerskull in Ixalan. That was an extremely powerful card in Limited. This will be no different. By the way, that art is just gorgeous. Look at those antlers. Fantastic. Take Vengeance is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a white for a sorcery. Destroy target tapped creature. So, not seal away. At the same time, in Limited, this is going to be great because your opponents are going to be pushing the tempo. They are going to be mostly attacking you with creatures, and having a 2 mana spell that can nix something off the board is very, very powerful. Would have been better as an instant. Still, when drafting rolls around, you'll pick this up and be just fine with it. Avened Windmage is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a blue for a 2/2 bird wizard with flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Just another wizard for the Wizard Prowess deck, and honestly, this one's pretty solid. I like this one a lot. Divination is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a blue for a sorcery. Draw 2 cards. So we just saw this in Dominaria. We know what this card does. It's always good to get some card advantage, especially late game. Frilled Sea Serpent is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, blue for a 4/6 serpent. You can pay 5 colorless, blue, and it cannot be blocked this turn. Fine way to get a warm body on the board, and at the same time push through some damage in a pinch. Sleep is being reprinted. It's 4 CMC, 2 colorless, blue for a sorcery. Tap all creatures target player controls. Those creatures don't untap during that player's next untap step. Almost a blue board wipe. Very economical, very powerful. I'm thrilled to see this card back. Play this card, finish games. Snapping Drake is being reprinted. It's 4 CMC, 3 colorless and blue for a 3/2 Drake with flying. Always good to pick up in Limited. Getting 3/2 flyers is always welcome. Delarian Scholar is being reprinted. You'll recognize it as the Professor's preview card for Dominaria. It's 3 CMC, 2 colorless and blue for a 2/3 human wizard. Never a great card per se. Find curve filler it in a pinch. Uncomfortable Chill is 3 CMC, 2 colorless and blue for an instant. Creatures your opponent's control get -2, -0 until end of turn, draw a card. Maybe a way to prevent an alpha strike and replace itself. Wall of Mist is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a blue for a 0/5 wall with Defender. Fine way to slow down the game. It's definitely not going to win you the game, but depending on your deck's build, you might want to put this in your main board. Bog Stomper is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, black for a 6/5 beast. Not terrible. Getting a sizable warm body on the battlefield in your limited decks with no downside. Diregraph Ghoul is being reprinted, and it's 1 black mana for a 2/2 zombie and enters the battlefield tapped. That is a very fine downside for you to be able to play above curve on turn 1, especially in black, with a relevant keyword no less. Very nice reprint here. Gravedigger is being reprinted. It's 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a black for a 2/2 zombie. When it enters the battlefield, you return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Infernal Scarring is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a black for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has, when this creature dies, draw a card. Lich's Caress is 5 CMC, 3 colorless, black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature, you gain 3 life. So it's a removal spell, sorcery speed, mind you, 5 mana, mind you, with a little bit of upside. It's not amazing, but you'll pick this up in limited and still be very happy with it. Skeleton Archer is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a black for a 3/3 Skeleton Archer. It says what it is. And it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to any target. So this is not Goblin Chain Whirler, and this is not Flame Tongue Kavu, but you'll still be happy using this as curve filler in your limited decks. Sky March Bloodletter is being reprinted from Ixalan. It's a 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a black for a 2/2 Vampire Soldier with flying. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 2 life. It's fine. It's got evasion, and you get some immediate benefit, and it has relevant creature types. Sovereign's Bite is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a black for a sorcery. Target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. 2 mana for a 6-point life swing. That's not terrible. Strangling Spores is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a black for an instant. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. It's a fine removal spell. You'll pick this up and be happy with it in limited. Vampire Sovereign is 5 CMC, 3 colorless, black for a 3/4 vampire with flying. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. This is also fine and limited. You're getting a evasive body in the air, and at the same time, you're getting immediate impact of a 6-point life swing. So this is pretty solid. Walking Corpse is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a black for a 2/2 zombie. No downside. So this is strictly better than the one that we got in Dominaria. I mean, yeah, they have no ability, but the thing about this is it has a relevant creature type. So cool. Electrify is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a red for an instant. It deals 4 damage to target creature. Just fine red removal for your limited games. Fiery Finish is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, red for a sorcery. It deals 7 damage to target creature. This one is pretty expensive. Yes, you'll be able to nix just about anything off the board. So you'll probably run it, especially in sealed, maybe at the pre-release. But overall, this is one of the weaker removal spells that we've seen today. Fire Elemental is being reprinted. Was just in Dominaria. It's 5 CMC, 3 colorless, red for a 5/4 elemental with no abilities. It's fine. It's curve filler. It'll do its job. Goblin Motivator is 1 red mana for a 1/1 Goblin Warrior. You can tap it. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. Nice to see some more Goblin support, and it's a haste enabler, allowing you to potentially get a turn ahead of your opponents. Hostile Minotaur is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a red for a 3/3 Minotaur with haste. All this is curve filler. It'll do fine. It's a C raid. Lightning Strike is being reprinted from Ixalan, now with the Theros style art. It's 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a red for an instant, deals 3 damage to any target. This is what you want to see when you open your booster packs. If you're looking for red removal, being able to mix creatures, being able to hit planeswalkers, and being able to finish your opponent off is invaluable. Brilliant card. Naki Ogre is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a red for a 4/2 Ogre Warrior with no abilities. I hate 4/2s for 3. They have the ability to trade down. They will almost never connect to your opponent. They're really only good in those really one-off situations where your opponent has nothing on the board and so do you. Shock is being reprinted. 1 red mana, instant. It deals 2 damage to any target. This is what you want to see when you're opening your booster packs. This is perfect. Spark Tongue Dragon is 5 CMC, 3 colorless, red for a 3/3 dragon with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 colorless and a red. When you do, it deals 3 damage to any target. So it effectively has a kicker cost, but kicker's not a keyword in Core 2019, so they can't say that. This is definitely not Territorial Allosaurus. Territorial Allosaurus was above curve. This is strictly below curve. It costs 1 more mana, and it only deals 3 damage. That said, it'll serve a similar role, having the modal ability of being able to fill out your curve at the 5 spot, and if the game runs really late, you get some additional value off the card. Trumpet Blast is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a red for an instant. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. We've seen these cards before. They're highly situational. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they don't do anything. Volcanic Dragon is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, red for a 4/4 creature dragon with flying and haste. This is a solid way to finish off your opponents in limited. And look at that art. It's freaking incredible. I can't wait to get this thing in foil. Bristling Boar is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a green for a 4/3 boar. It cannot be blocked by more than 1 creature. It's fine curve filler. Centaur Corsair is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a green for a 3/3 Centaur Warrior. 3/3 for 3, it's right on curve, a solid pickup for your limited decks. Colossal Dreadmaw is being reprinted for the 4th time in less than a year. It's 6 CMC, 4 colorless, green for a 6/6 dinosaur with trample. We've seen this guy in Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan, Masters 25, and now Core 2019. Basically, every set will have Colossal Dreadmaw. Gasbark Twins is 7 CMC, 5 colorless, green for a 7/7 tree folk with trample, and it can block an additional creature each combat. So not super stellar, but it is a fine bomb for you to put in your green deck in limited. Giant Spider is being reprinted yet again with new flavor text featuring our newest Planeswalker. It's 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a green for a 2/4 spider with reach. Highland Game is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a green for a 2/1 elk. Whenever it dies, you gain 2 life. So 2/1s have the ability to trade down. I'm not super stoked about it. At least you have the upside of gaining 2 life in this circumstance. Still, I'd say this is barely a C in limited. Token form is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a green for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3. You gotta be careful of these auras in limited. This screams 2-for-1 me. Plummet is being reprinted. Find sideboard card in limited. We see this almost every set, at least something akin to it. 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a green for an instant. Destroy target creature with flying. Rabid Bite is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a green for a sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So unlike Pounce, this gives your creature the ability to do targeted damage with no risk of crackback. Now, this isn't at instant speed, so it's not quite as good as Pounce, but at the same time, one-sided damage dealing is very powerful removal in green. Thornhide Wolves is 5 CMC, 4 colorless, and a green for a 4/5 vanilla wolf creature. Titanic Growth is being reprinted. It's 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a green for an instant. Target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Wall of Vines is 1 green mana for a 0/3 plant wall with Defender and Reach. It's a way to slow down the game if need be. We're also seeing a bunch of cards from the 5 Planeswalker decks that will be released with Core 2019, including exclusive rares like Sarah's Guardian, which is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, white for a 5/5 angel with flying and vigilance. Other creatures you control have vigilance. This is pretty decent. I don't think it's going to be making any impact in standard, but not a bad creature overall. Silverbeak Griffin is 2 CMC, white for a 2/2 Griffin with flying. So if you're playing mono white, there's just no downside to this. Riddlemaster Sphinx is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, blue for a 5/5 Sphinx with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Solid tempo play with a 5/5 flying body attached. Gravewaker is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, black for a 5/5 bird spirit with flying. You could pay 5 colorless, black, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So this is a very expensive way for you to get repeatable instant speed reanimation as much as you want, as much as you could pay for, because it is 7 mana a pop, and it enters the battlefield tapped, so it won't be able to be used as a combat trick to block your opponent's creatures. On a sizable body, this card's pretty decent. I could see this seeing some EDH play. Tattered Mummy is being reprinted. It's 2 CMC, 1 colorless and black for a 1/2 zombie jackal. When it dies, each opponent loses 2 life. Kargon Dragon Rider is 2 CMC, 1 colorless and red for a 2/2 human warrior. As long as you control a dragon, it has flying. Shivan Dragon, the original offensive powerhouse, is being reprinted in the Planeswalker decks. It's 6 CMC, 4 colorless, red for a 5/5 dragon with flying, and has fire breathing, which of course is 1 red mana to give it +1/+0 until end of turn. Amazing card. It's great to see it reprinted once again. And possibly the most exciting new rare in these Planeswalker decks is Aggressive Mammoth. It's only 6 CMC, 3 colorless, green for an 8/8 elephant with trample. Other creatures you control have trample. Not so flashy in the fact that it can't protect itself, but great value. Coming into play above curve with upside and being able to positively affect your other creatures. On top of all that, in the current standard, there's a ton of aggressive ramp from Llanowar Elves to ways to cheat lands into play. You can get this in play turn 4 easy. That's incredibly powerful. Ursine Champion is 2 CMC, 1 colorless and a green for a 2/2 human berserker. You can pay 5 colorless and a green to give it +3/+3, and it becomes a bear berserker until end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. So an interesting twist on the original transform mechanic from Innistrad. Also, it's a bear, but only when you pay this additional cost. Haha, haha. All right. Sun Sentinel is 2 CMC, 1 colorless, and a white for a 2/2 human soldier with vigilance. Bear with upside. We've seen this in Ixalan, so we know that it's not going to make any big waves. Air Elemental will be in the Planeswalker decks. It's 5 CMC, 3 colorless, blue for a 4/4 elemental with flying. You'll always be happy to play it. It's just a shame you won't be able to draft it. The Funnel is being reprinted from Dominaria. It's 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a blue for an instant. Target creature gets -4/-0 until end of turn. Draw a card. Not as much fun when you're not insta-killing your opponent on an Evra activation. Mistcloaked Herald is being reprinted from Rivals of Ixalan. It's 1 blue mana for a 1/1 Merfolk warrior that cannot be blocked. Waterknot is being reprinted from Dominaria. It's 3 CMC, 1 colorless, blue for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its untap step, and when it enters the battlefield, tap the enchanted creature. Basically, claustrophobia. Grasping Scoundrel is 1 black mana for a 1/1 human pirate. It gets +1/+0 as long as it's attacking. Radiating Lightning is being reprinted from Dominaria. It's 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and red for an instant. It deals 3 damage to target player and 1 damage to each creature that player controls. Not Goblin Chainwhirler. Land of War Elves is also being reprinted. It's 1 green mana for a 1/1 elf druid. You can tap it to add 1 green mana. And they also threw in some card images that are being used as examples in the how-to pamphlets. For example, Patient Rebuilding is 5 CMC, 3 colorless, blue for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent mills the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. You draw a card for each land card put into the graveyard this way. So this one's actually pretty sweet, giving you a repeatable way to mill down your opponent while at the same time giving you card advantage. Very powerful card. I imagine this will see play, if nothing else, than in EDH. Totally Lost is also being reprinted once again this year. We just saw it in Masters 25. It's 5 CMC, 4 colors, and blue for an instant. Put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. This time, it will be standard legal. And here's the big card that people are super stoked about. They're losing their mind because this is going to fit perfectly an existing standard deck. It's Gigantosaurus, 5 CMC, green for a 10/10 dinosaur. 5 mana for a 10/10. Also, Ghalta's best friend. This thing's freaking phenomenal. Easily able to get him out on turn 3 in standard. Goddamn. Recollect is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a green for a sorcery. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So it costs more than Regrowth, and it's not nearly as good as Eternal Witness. Basically, we'll never see play. Fountain of Renewal is 1 colorless mana for an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life. You can pay 3, sack it, and draw a card. This one's actually kind of interesting. I can imagine people running this card in dedicated life gain decks, especially in EDH. Last, and possibly least, we have Marauder's Axe. It's 2 colorless mana for an artifact equipment with an equip cost of 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Basically, a strictly worse Bone Splitter. Mind you, I love equipment, especially unlimited. Being able to move it around is an extremely powerful ability, but this is so expensive compared to what we've already seen. I just can't seem to get behind this one. That's it for today's preview cards. There will be premiering more over the weekend, so stay tuned for those updates. Also, if you enjoy our content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all our latest videos. And if you're looking to support the channel, check out our Amazon affiliate link in the description below. This has been Metagame Mastery. Peace!